This is the new Volvo S90 and it's a really good looking car. And from the front, it's like Nutella. Everyone loves it. Well, everyone apart from those with nut allergies, because it would kill them, wouldn't it? Not the car, it's packed full of safety kit. I'm talking about the nutty spread. Now from the back though, it's more like Marmite. You either love it or you hate it. And I don't like Marmite, but I do like the look of the back end of this car. For me, it's stylish, but like I said, it's not to everyone's taste. Can't complain about the price though. So the Volvo S90 starts from £32,000. That means it undercuts the Mercedes E-Class by quite some margin, but you can save money on that. If you click up there to go to carwow.co.uk, you can save an average of £4,000 on a Volvo S90, and that should be enough to get you about 1,500 jars of Nutella. Now, one thing that's not in dispute is the interior. The inside of this car is blooming lovely. The design, it's simplistic, it's neat, it's elegant, it's tidy. The materials, yeah, they're all soft and squidgy. It does feel lovely, actually. I mean, if you tap that bit there, maybe it doesn't feel quite as solid as the centre console on a Mercedes E-Class, but I'm splitting hairs. And in front of me, I've got a digital driver's display, but the standout feature is that the 9-inch touchscreen. And if you can use an iPad, you can use this. I mean, all the menus are very easy to just swipe through. It's really simple. Maybe not quite as easy to use on the move as a swivel wheel system that you get in one of the German rivals, because you're not obviously trying to press the buttons. But yeah, it's intuitive, it's quick, the graphics are crisp, and you can see our full in-depth review of it by clicking up there to watch our infotainment video review. In terms of equipment levels, really impressive as standard. So you get 18-inch alloy wheels, you get adaptive cruise control, you get a 330 watt stereo, which is absolutely banging, and you get rear parking assist as well. This car does have quite a few options on it, but you don't really need them all. The only two worth considering are these, well, the wonderful leather. The Napa leather is worth an upgrade, but it's £1,000, and Apple CarPlay for this infotainment system, which is 300 quid. But like I said before, the system is so good, you don't actually need Apple CarPlay. In terms of cubby spaces, yeah, you've got a big glove box, you've got storage there, some there, and the door bins, they can take a 2-litre bottle of water. That's really impressive. As for the space in the back seat, there's plenty for most people. So this seat's in my usual driving position. Got loads of knee room. I can really stretch out. If I sit up dead straight, my head is pretty close to the roof because it does slope a little bit. So people over 6 foot who like to sit dead straight might be a little bit annoyed about that, but you can always slouch a bit and get around it. In terms of the middle seat, it's not too uncomfortable really. There is a big hump in the floor there, but the footwells mean there's lots of space for everyone's feet. And if I sit up straight there, my head isn't quite touching the roof. You can carry 3 people in the back of here at a bit of a push. Now, some other features which are quite handy. Armrest has some storage there. Oh, we've got some cup holders there. It's like Volvo's thought of everything. Some more storage there. There's a through load in there for skis, obviously. And if I press a button here, it's not working, I know. Got to open the door. That's Volvo safety for you. There we go. Look, I can fold down these seats. And then you've got some through loading for larger items there. Speaking of which, let's move on to the boot. So the outright load capacity is about 10% less than you get on a Mercedes E-Class, but it's not too much of a problem because there's still enough room. As standard, actually, look, you get an automated tailgate, which is a bit unnecessary. There are a few useful features such as cubby spaces for storing your breakfast spreads. There's a few tethering points, and the opening for the boot is quite wide, and there's not much of a lip to lift stuff across, which is handy. Got a little bit of extra storage there. We've got a space saver spare wheel, and yeah, a little bit more room where you can probably keep a few more jars of Nutella under there hidden away if you want to. Now, if you click up there, you can see our in-depth practicality video where you can see just how much stuff we could fit in the S90's boot, what it's like with 3 people in the back seats, and how easy it is to fit a child seat. So far, the Volvo S90 makes a pretty good case for itself, but does this continue when you hit the road? This is a very comfy car to travel in. The suspension, it's nice and supple, deals really well with bumps. You can upgrade it for optional adaptive dampers with air suspension in the back, but it's just not worth doing it because the standard setup is just that good. And it's also very quiet as well, hardly any wind whistle, hardly any tyre roar, and these seats, oh my God, these seats are brilliant. This car is just so relaxing to travel in. It's so Swedish. I am super chilled right now. And it's also packed with loads of safety kit. So as standard, you get lane departure warning. Also, this car has something called piloted assist, and it'll basically drive itself up to speeds of 80 miles an hour, though you do have to occasionally put your hands back on the wheel, otherwise it gets cross and beeps at you. Visibility is good as well. You know, hardly any annoying blind spots at all. And if you click up there, you can see for yourself by joining me for a 360-degree video. In terms of engines, well, the choice is quite narrow, but there's only one that you really need anyway, and that's the D4, the one in this car. 2 litre, 4-cylinder diesel, 190 horsepower, 0 to 60 in around 8 seconds, and it should return 64 miles per gallon, though this trick computer is saying I'm only doing 44. It's all right, I'll take that, it's not too bad. And it's a punchy engine. The only problem is this 8-speed gearbox, which, while smooth, when you put your foot down, there we go, finally it's found its gear, now it's taking off. And really, if you want a fast-acting automatic gearbox, the one in the BMW 5 Series is a little bit quicker-witted. In fact, that brings me on to the fact that if you want a sporty saloon, yeah, it's not this Volvo, the BMW is sportier to drive. I mean, this does go around corners well enough, but it's all just a bit, well, it's a bit Volvo. It errs on the side of comfort. That's fine. That is fine. If this bothers you, there are some other things about the S90 which could also put you off. Here's 5. The S90 is only available with 4-cylinder engines, whereas rivals you can get them with 6 cylinders and even 8. It's not very impressive the way this stitching doesn't quite line up. It's really bothering my OCD. This touchscreen looks great, but it soon gets covered with sticky handprints, and then it looks... there. I don't really know what the point of this cubby space is, because you can't really put much there at all. If you dare to drive your Volvo a little bit too enthusiastically over a hump or a humpback bridge or a hill, then this happens. Oh, blimey! This dramatic seatbelt tightening is designed to prevent you rolling around the cabin if the car suddenly leaves the road. So perhaps it's not actually a bad thing. And that brings us on to 5 cool things about the Volvo S90. These Swedish design seats have super slim backs to maximise rear knee room. The daytime running lights are designed to look like Thor's hammer, which was called Mjolnir. The S90's pedestrian protection system will auto-brake the car if it spots a pedestrian, a cyclist, or even a large animal. I hope you didn't think I was a large animal. The S90's ventilation system automatically monitors the external air quality, and if it thinks it's too polluted, it'll shut the intakes. I wonder if it works if you drive past a freshly manured field. The Autopart facility can steer you into a space and out of a space just 1.2 metres longer than the car itself. Symbols. So then, overall, what do I think of the Volvo S90? Well, rivals are more sporty and fun to drive, and yeah, that auto gearbox can be a bit sluggish, but this is a comfy, quiet cruiser, and it's got impressive levels of standard equipment. Now, if you click up there, you can get more information and find out the best deal you can get on a Volvo S90 at carwow.co.uk. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, share it, and subscribe to our channel. And if you click over there, you can watch our detailed practicality, infotainment, and 360-degree passenger drive video for the Volvo S90. Now, did you spot the Easter egg in this video? It was quite obvious. It was the IKEA catalogue in the car's boot.